It's down there. All right, Bulldog fans, we are back for second half action. Be sure to tell everyone that we started a new stream. So we have the first half that we just did, and we've started a new one. We actually labeled it the second half. So make sure that you are logged on to the right one, or you'll keep seeing replay after replay of the first half. So here we go to start the second half. It'll be number 11, 17 that is. Number 17 for the Wagner Bulldogs will be Rhett Butler. Get things started off for the second half as the Bulldogs will kick it away to the Tigers. Short, high kick, going to be fielded about the 31, nicely by the Tigers. Able to slip by a few tackles and gets to the 37-yard line. And Ethan, we didn't do much of that when you were kicking, as far as those short, high, dropping it in about the 30 or so.
But this time we had wind like this, trying to hang it up there, we saw clear to do.
As of the last couple of years, that has been a signature kick by Rhett Butler, and somehow, I don't know how many times it happened, but it would drop in the space where they weren't, and there was a scrum for the ball, and a lot of times we were able to recover it. So the Tigers will have the ball first and 10 on their own 38-yard line. Legend Ellis from the shotgun. And here is number 2 going back to his ways of the first half, and that is Hellman.
About a 5-yard gain on the run.
Nice pickup on the first down yardage by number 2, Brock Hellman. I did get confirmation of Legend Ellis, the son of Gabe Ellis, who is the son of Jackie Ellis, the former teacher at Wagner that moved on. I actually saw her at halftime and had a nice talk with her. And that is her grandson there. She was bragging on him quite a bit, saying that he's gotten several offers so far, even as a junior. Right now he's standing at 5'11", 190. They'd probably like to put about 15 pounds on him, get him a little bit more meat, be able to play at the next level. Keep that speed and agility along with it, obviously. We got illegal substitution, I believe is the call, against Wagner. And the penalties this game has really killed us, Ethan.
He has earned just about as many yards as we've given him.
That's so true. And here's another flag coming in. This time I think we may have started a little early on the Tiger side of things. And oh no, offsides against Wagner, another 5 yards. At least the third offside call on Wagner. And to your point, Ethan, add another 5 yards that we have literally given them in penalty yardage. Now the Tigers are looking at a 1st and 5 from the Bulldog 43. Ellis from the shotgun. Opening drive of the first half, and that is the first time. I believe that is Booby Miles, number 25. That's what I always call him anyway. That's Javon Smith in the backfield. And I believe that's the first time that Ellis has been tackled for a loss, as he has been strong in the pocket, either passing or running. And Javon able to tackle him for a loss of 3 back to the 46. It's going to be 2nd and 8. For the Tigers.
He was sacked at the end of the first half.
Oh, that's right, that's right. Here's number 21 trying to get to the corner. And that is number 10, Carson Cleaner, making that stop. As number 21 trying to
Holiday.
Oh, was it?
Down Carson Cleaner came in.
Okay, all right. Holiday slowing him down. Klinger making sure he was down. And that was number 11, I believe, for the Tigers.
Hudson Arnold.
Trying to get to the outside. Great pursuit by Holiday and Klinger. That's a loss of 7 back to the 47 of the Tigers. It'll be 3rd and 15 for Coweta on this opening drive of the second half. 9:35 left in the third quarter. Ellis from the shotgun. Rolling to his right, looking downfield, throws it, and overshoots his intended target. Number 10 for the Tigers. That's Jaden Love.
4th and 15 coming up for the Tigers.
Looking probably, surely we're going to be punting it. And is this the first?
This is the
first
punt for Toledo.
This is the first punt?
I think so.
So the Bulldogs gave up some penalty yardage, but able to stiffen up and hold the Tigers to an assumed punt here on a 4th and 17, according to the scoreboard. According to the down marker, about a 4th and 15.
Cooper McNack is set back to punt.
Back deep to receive for the Bulldogs, number 9. Decent Jordan. And that is a great punt. And it
Touchback and get it at the 20.
Fortunately for the Bulldogs, it does roll into the end zone for a touchback. So the Bulldogs will have the ball for their first time this half, 1st and 10 from their own 20. And Ethan, it'd be great if the Bulldogs could make a score here, even if it's just a field goal on this first drive of the third quarter.
On the board.
Yeah.
Get the ball rolling and build off something.
First and 10 for the Bulldogs from their 20. This is the first play of their first drive of the second half. 9:21 left. The score still remains 15-0. Coweta.
Our defense came out the gate strong. We'll see if the offense can answer as well.
Keyshawn Brown looking left. Intended for number 4 for the Bulldogs. That is Jonas Smith, but the ball falls incomplete. The incomplete pass makes it 2nd and 10 for Wagner. We began talking about it at the end of the first half, Ethan. The Bulldogs were real lucky to be down only 2 scores.
And they just need to capitalize on that and not let things like that happen in their own red zone.
Keyshawn Brown with the designed quarterback keeper, and it goes nowhere as the Tigers tackle him in the backfield for a loss of 4 back to the 16. 3rd and 14 for the Bulldogs. Keyshawn Brown from the shotgun on a 3rd and 14.
Looking to pass.
Finds a man out in the flat. That's Stevie Brown. Makes 1 tackle and miss. Can't make the second miss.
He gets us about 2 yards on that.
And right now, this Coweta defense is just swarming to the ball as the Bulldogs have a quick 3 and out to start this third quarter. Back to receive for the Tigers. Number 12, Lamarco Bell, and number 15.
Bell brothers.
Okay, Day Bell, that's true. Lamarco and Day Bell back deep to receive this punt.
Well, they have the same last name. I'm not sure if they're actually brothers.
Okay. So it'll be Elijah Love that'll kick it away. You said that as though you knew him, so I thought you knew what you were talking about.
I assume they have no relation to radio.
You're right.
Tigers will set up on their own 46 to start their second drive of the half. hopefully our defense can come out as strong as they did for their first drive.
Tigers, 1st and 10 from their own 46. Second possession of the third quarter. Bulldogs able to stop them on their first possession. Looking to do the same here to give their offense a chance to get back into this game. Hellman, the man in motion. Ellis looking his way, now looking deep, and overthrows his intended target. That is number 8, Mason Brock. Incomplete pass makes it 2nd and 10 from the Bulldog 46. Well, I had to check with one of the many Wagner historians on the series record between Wagner and Coweta, and according to Alicia Olson, she says it's Wagner 39, Coweta 27, and 1 tie over this storied history. I guess that would span about 6 decades, maybe, almost 7, as it's the 68th time that these two teams have faced off. And now we got an early timeout called by the Tigers, as the coach, by his expression, was not happy with the lineup. 7:33 left in this third quarter. And again, we talked about new faces at the very beginning of the game, and of course, as very well documented, Coach Dale Condon, here for 20 years, state championship, multiple state championships, has gone on to be the head coach of Muskogee Ruffers. And so, enter now the new era of Kimes Gilbert, coming to us from Chisholm, who also spent some time in Choctaw as their offensive coordinator before taking the helm at Chisholm, and in just 2 years was able to take a winless team into the playoffs. So, young coach with his wife Maggie, I believe they have 3 kids, has really brought a lot of energy to Wagner, and some new faces on the coaching staff. And he was actually, and you'll appreciate this, Ethan, being a soon-to-be OBU grad. Gilbert is an OBU grad and actually a standout football player.
I believe he was all conference while he was there.
Okay. And also, I think he, as the Bulldogs are drawn offsides on yet another offsides penalty. That was a 2nd and 10 play. Now it'll become a 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard offensive or defensive offsides. But Gilbert, I believe, was told to me, is the all-time sack leader and tackles for loss leader at OBU.
Wouldn't surprise me. He is still talked about by some of the faculty to this day.
All right.
Mostly about how big he was.
And I believe Reese Gilbert, who is also part of this coaching staff, I believe he played at OBU. Okay. All right. 2nd and 5 for the Tigers, just inside the Bulldog territory. Here's Hellman. No, a keeper from Ellis. And boy, it had me fooled up here as I thought Hellman was trying to get to the outside. That was that non-read option we talked about. And obviously, Ellis read right that time. His grandma, an old English teacher, so he better know how to read. And he read that right, as he is up the middle to the 36-yard line, a gain of almost 15 for the Tigers. 1st and 10 from the Wagner 36. I think I said 39 to 36. Ellis looking to the sidelines for the play. Klinger trying to get his defensive lineman to move down to the next gap. Here's Ellis. Ellis is going way downfield.
Hellman did not make the catch.
Hellman almost made the adjustment, as he was actually on the outside. Ball was thrown on the inside, and he just about jumped in to get that. Hellman showing some skills running the ball and catching the ball. That one falls incomplete. 2nd and 10 for the Tigers from the Bulldog 36. We appreciate everyone that has stuck with us and the patience that you've had. From what it sounds like, from what everybody's saying, is that the picture's great, audio's great. As the Tiger tries to get to the outside, great pursuit by the Bulldog defense. That's number 9, James Hale, trying to bust it to the outside, and the Bulldogs able to tackle him for minimum yardage. They're going to give him a gain of 1, 3rd and 9 from the 35 for the Bulldogs. We apologize for not being able to catch up with everybody in the chat room, but we appreciate you guys commenting nonetheless. Looks like you guys are doing just fine without us having some discussion of football back and forth. So, and here comes a whistle, and I believe we've got a timeout. Yes, we do. Wagner is going to take a timeout on this 3rd and 9. Currently, according to our numbers, currently we are at 285 different homes watching this game right now, Friday Night Bulldogs. If that count is accurate, usually one of these is a little lower than the other, but we'll go with 285 for now. And again, that's not just 285 individual people, that's 285 homes. Or if you're on the road, maybe you're watching from your phone in a deer stand. Are we there yet? No, not deer stand yet. Gotta wait until October 1, I believe. Okay, October 1, and we've been watching from deer stands. I believe last year, I know Rick Moore, who's about an 86 grad, him and Donna were watching from a cruise ship in the Gulf of Mexico. We've had some people watching Friday Night Bulldogs 30,000 feet in the air on an airplane. When we say that FNB has gone worldwide, we truly mean that we're going worldwide. And that's Legend Ellis getting tackled in the backfield. And again, number 25 waking up this second half, Booby Miles. Javon Smith able to get Legend Ellis down in the backfield for a sizable loss back to the 43. It's going to be 4th and long, and here comes the punt team. The last punt that they had was very effective. It looks like number 0 is going to be the punter. Yes. Cooper McNack. And he was very effective the last time, and we'll see what he can do this time as number 9 awaits Deshaun Jordan for the Bulldogs. 5:14 and counting left in this 3rd quarter. Good snap. Kick is up, hanging high, and it's going to bounce at about the 15 and die right there. Straight up bounce, which you usually don't see on a punt with this oblong ball. But good downfield coverage by the Tigers. And it may not look good as far as stat-wise, Ethan, but very effective when we're talking about game-wise.
Any punt within the 20s is a good punt.
Yeah. So the Bulldogs will have it 1st and 10 on their own 15. 5 minutes and 1 second left in this 3rd quarter. Again, the Bulldogs trying to hang in there, trying to muster up something on offense like they had the first drive that ended up stalling. Keyshawn Brown still at quarterback. He'll be in the shotgun. Brown looking to his right, still looking that way. Oh, he throws an interception. Intercepted by the Tigers. As Brown thought he saw something right there at the end, kind of threw across his body. And number 20,
Robbins with interception.
All right, Avon Robbins with the interception for the Tigers. And not what the Bulldogs wanted deep in their own territory. And just like that, the Tigers set up shop 1st and 10 with their own 13-yard line. And if they ever needed to stand, seems like I've been saying this a lot in this game, the Bulldog defense really needs to stand here. 4:51 left in the third quarter. Straight up the middle, across the 10. Heilman cheated off the public address announcer here. I think I've been calling him Hellman. I heard him say Heilman. Heilman looks like he bulldozes his way inside the 10 to about the 7-yard line. 2nd and 5 for the Tigers. Heilman again trying to bounce it to the outside, gets away from one tackler, and looks like Love tackles him from behind, but Heilman gets close to the first down yardage. Looks like he gets right to the sticks, and there's the first down indication. First and goal for the Tigers. Ball at the 2-yard line of the Bulldogs. 4:01 left in the third quarter. There's the quarterback sneak, and there's the touchdown indication. Touchdown Tigers. Looks like the Tigers had their own version of tush push there. I believe that was Ellis carrying the ball in, 2 yards away for the score. Touchdown Tigers. 3:53 left in this third quarter as the Tigers line up for the extra point attempt. And we will be looking at number 28, Landon Stevens again, trying to put it through the uprights. And okay, scratch that. Stevens steps off. Ellis steps back in. Looks like the Tigers are going to go for a 2-point conversion. Maybe see that same play that we just did as Ellis is up under center. And the Bulldogs able to stack it up this time. The 2-point conversion will fail, so the score remains Kuya 21, Wagner 0. 3:53 left in this third quarter. Ethan, I know I've said it a few different times, and even though the Tigers still just scored a touchdown there, for the Bulldogs to only be 3 scores down, we're still a quarter and some change left. There's still plenty of time for the Bulldogs to get something rolling, but now they have to get it rolling on both sides of the ball. Catch up with our chat room around here. Michael Cobb, appreciate you logging on. Rocky Mitchell, okay, looks like it says 298. John LaFay, Mr. John, glad you were able to join us again. Started with us last year. His son is on the sidelines for the Wagner Bulldogs, so we appreciate him. Nina Rivera, Kevin Collier, James Clayton, hey James, and Rachel, watching from home tonight. All right. Savannah Morris, appreciate all you guys logging on, and we'll try to give some more shout-outs as we get further into this second half. And here comes Stevens with
looking for another touchback, and he got it. That's 6 deep.
Landon Johnson. He is again senior, 6'1", 165, and we may be seeing him play on Saturdays. Landon Stevens. Maybe seeing him play on Saturdays next year.
Touchback.
Which Ethan, you know a little bit about as you spent some time on the Bisons of OBU, kicking on that next level, and
everyone's a lot bigger.
Yeah, Ethan might have got a little. He might have gotten a little thicker, but not quite as thick as those other boys coming after him. And the Bulldogs get stacked up at the line of scrimmage. And they're going to give him forward progress to the, we'll say it's a yard gain, but it's actually sitting inside the 21. Bulldogs searching for something to get started here. He can get on the board, hopefully before the third quarter ends. Here's a pass in the flat. Oh, a nice open field tackle by the Coweta Tigers. They have really been swarming our receivers. Stevie Brown's gotten a little bit of daylight after that first and second contact, but overall the Tigers defense has really been
They're
swarming.
doing an excellent job of running the ball.
Actually going to lose 2 on that play, back to the 19, 3rd and 11 for the Bulldogs. Play call comes in, Johnson. In the shotgun, Stevie Brown. Johnson, I called him Johnson again. Keyshawn Brown finds Elijah Love. Elijah trying to shake a tackler, he can't do it. A nice tackle by number 15, Day Bell, giving up quite the significant size on Elijah Love. Day coming in at 5'7", 150. Elijah, they don't have him listed, but he's got to be pushing. He's got to be pushing 210 maybe, and he's at least 5'10", 5'11". Oh God! Of course, it's been a couple of years since I've seen him at the middle school, so he may be a little bigger than that. Well, we've got another flag come in. This time going against the Tigers.
The Tigers on
wow.
4th and 2.
What a big call! Yeah, whoever made that snap count, give him a raise, because he just earned the Bulldogs a 1st and 10 off that 5-yard penalty. 1st and 10 Bulldogs on their own 33, 1:56 left in this 3rd quarter. Keyshawn Brown looking left, finds Elijah Love. Love gets away this time. Oh, steps out of bounds.
1st down though.
So, these last two rounds, we give the first one to Day Bell, but that one goes to Elijah Love. Gets away from Bell's tackle. He gets another 1st down for the Bulldogs.
Empty backfield.
Keyshawn Brown, he's going to run it. He's going to run it. At the 40, the 30, and he is going to put his head down and cross the 35.
The 25.
25 it is, sorry.
Deep into Coweta territory.
And that's the first time we've seen Brown run, and maybe we need to call his number more often. Keyshawn Brown, that is. We've been calling Stevie Brown. I don't necessarily think they called his number on the run play, but he took it anyway.
I think he looked up and saw none of his reads were open, so he decided to use his legs.
Stevie Brown deciding he's going to get in on a little bit of this action. Getting across the 20 to the 18. Now the Bulldogs seem to be getting something rolling. 1:24 and counting left in this 3rd quarter. If they can punch something in before this 3rd quarter is over, it'd be huge. Here's a quick out to Deshaun, looks like. Number 9, Deshaun Jordan. And he gets out of bounds, which stops the clock. 1:13. It's weird to talk about stopping the clock when you're in the 3rd quarter, but again, with the Bulldogs being down 3 touchdowns,
as much time as they can get.
Absolutely. So it's going to be a yard short of 1st down yardage. Ball is at the 15, need to be just beyond 14. Stevie Brown and the Tigers are all over him in the backfield, as that defensive line for the Tigers has really been dominating us all game long. We were looking for a 1st down, instead we lost 3, and now it's going to be a 4th and long 3.
That was their inside linebacker who also got the interception earlier in the game.
All right, good eye. Keyshawn Brown looking to his left. Oh, draw right up the middle.
And it's going to be close, but we're not moving it.
I can tell you, the tackling of the Tigers this quarter in particular has been pretty spot on. Besides Elijah Love being able to escape that one that we called a few plays back, they've been pretty sure on their tackling. As Keyshawn is going to come up about 1.5 yards short, as just marked shy of the 15, needed to get to at least to the 14.
We're looking at 37 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
Helped along by that offside call on 4th down to renew the downs. that drive started at the Bulldog 20. Tigers, 1st and 10 on their own 15. And looks like we're going to have another penalty. This time goes against Coweta. Illegal procedure, false start against the Tigers. As far as that scoreboard, I think we're still up about 4 on those penalties. That ball will go just beyond the 10-yard line for a 1st and 15. 37 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. Handoff straight up the middle. Looks like they're going to get the penalty yardage back and no more. As number 66 for the Bulldogs getting up from the middle of the pile. 66. No, maybe that was 68. Jaden Fancher. I'm not seeing a 66 on the roster, so it might have been 8. Anchoring the middle of that defensive line, and well, maybe it's a 5. Ooh, I guess I should have worn my glasses.
It's a 6.
Oh, yeah. All right. It's a 6, and might have had to have a quick jersey change because we don't have one on the roster. So that is the end of the 3rd quarter. Coweta Tigers 21, the Wagner Bulldogs 0, and Tigers sitting pretty happy now, and nothing to take away from them, but they haven't been able to be this excited going into the 4th quarter for at least a few years. Kat, appreciate you. Okay, so I was a little bit off on the height, but I was spot on the weight. She says that he is 6'1", 210. I think he had him at 5'11" or 6 foot and 210. So wasn't too far off. Like I said, I think Elijah is a sophomore now, maybe a junior. So it's been a while since he's been at the middle school. Junior. Okay, yeah. So haven't been around him as much these last 2 years. So Elijah Love, an important part of that Bulldog offense, and also playing on the defensive side as well. Coweta with a 2nd and 10 on their own 15 as we start this 4th quarter. 21-0 the score. Tigers up.
Squeezed out right.
Heilman.
Helmet's flying.
Heilman running hard. Able to get back to the line of scrimmage, but he put a lot of work in to get there.
He's not a flashy runner, but he runs hard. It's hard to beat that. As he's shown.
3rd and 10 for the Tigers. If the Bulldogs can come up with a big defensive stand here, presumably give their offense some good field position after a punt, the Bulldogs still with a chance as Coweta continues, even though the score may not necessarily reflect all the dominance, but has dominated most of the night. Legend Ellis, quarterback draw. He's got all kinds of room. He takes the 1st down and he gets across the 35. And just like we saw Keyshawn Brown do in the drive before, Legend Ellis has.
It's like he got a little jealous.
Legend Ellis with the jealous run. So we got a little alliteration in the 1st half. We got some rhymes and poetry in the 2nd half. Our English teachers would be proud, Ethan. Although yours were not the same as mine. Just a few years in between. 1st and 10 Tigers from their own 38-yard line. After that 1st down carry by the quarterback. And here is number 25. The flag comes in late. That might be a push in the back, number 25 for
Johnny Winnicker.
all right. I believe that might be the first time we called his name, or maybe the second time. As the referees have a conference on that flag, we will await the official signal. Holding is the call against the Tigers. And although not as many as the Bulldogs have had, the Coweta Tigers have had their fair share of penalties as well.
Each team will be looking to clean those up.
Ball is at 35, holding from the spot of the foul, looks like, so we'll have a 1st and 15 from, no, 1st and 13 from the 35. Ellis with 2 running backs in the backfield. One of them will take it. That's number 2, Highland. Spins away from 1 and dives forward as Highland continues to run hard. Number 2, Brock Highland. He's just a junior. As in he still has 1 more year to play for the Tigers. They got him at 5'11", 190. And he's running like Brandon Jacobs out there. If you guys remember that from the early or mid-2000 New York Giants, he's running a whole lot bigger than 5'11", 190. Libby Lamberson, thanks for logging on. Shannon Moore. Definitely need to find that Bulldog grit. Jason Kincaid. Austin Elliott, thanks for logging on. Thomas Compton. Here's Legend Ellis, finds Heilman out in the flat, slips a tackle, and there's Javon Smith.
The first down marker.
And the Bulldogs have an answer for 1 play and then no answer for the next 2. It's kind of been that way all night. Bulldog defense will make a big stop and then give a big chunky yardage away. 3rd and 1. Heilman over the left side. He's going to be upended as he crosses midfield, but it'll be more than enough for the first down. 1st and 10 Tigers from midfield. 9:20 left in this 3rd quarter. 4th quarter, sorry. Thank you. I think we're just hopeful that it was still 3rd quarter. Give us some more time. We are in the last quarter, and the ball is at midfield. And the Bulldogs will take a timeout with 8:50 left in this 4th quarter. As crazy as it sounds, Ethan, is at least if you want to talk in theory, the Bulldogs still have time to tie this ball game up, but a lot of things have to change.
They have to do a lot of things right, and then we need to do a lot of things wrong. So far, it seems both teams have been doing a lot of wrong, and we've seen a lot of yellow flying out on the field.
Well, definitely with this, first game of the season on both sides, probably across the state of Oklahoma and across this great nation, first game of the season, we're probably going to see a lot of yellow on the field. So, and on that note, I know a lot of people, Wagner Coweta, this is a great rivalry, whatever, and it is. But as far as the season progresses, this is a non-conference game. Still another 2 non-conference games to go. You'd love for everyone to go your way, and we've got a lot of time left, but just keep that in mind.
I've always heard it said Coweta focuses on this game while we focus on games in December.
Ooh. Woo!
Man.
You got a little homer up here. We usually try to stay unbiased up here, but wow. Hopefully no Coweta Tiger fans are watching the stream, or we may not be able to get out of here alive. We won't repeat that, but I'm sure at home you heard it loud and clear. Ethan Muhlenweg, age 22, birthday and address is, I guess I'll stop there. And here are the Tigers on the 1st and 10 from midfield. That is number 25 again, getting more carries. Johnny Winehager.
Do I look 22? Is that what you're saying?
Are you still 21? Oh, okay.
I'm not 21.
What? That's right. Okay. I'm adding ages to my daughter in case you guys didn't know it. I guess I will claim you. Although after that comment about the December games, I may not want to. But Ethan is recently my son-in-law, as they were just married back in May. And his wife Anna, my daughter, just started her first year teaching at North Rock Creek, just outside of Shawnee, Oklahoma. So it is 2nd and 8 for the Tigers. And here is another whistle. And it looks like we're going to reset the game clock, maybe. Somebody's coming off the field for whatever reason. Not sure what that was about, but Tiger comes off the field. Tiger goes on the field along with a Bulldog off and on the field. On a second, we're going to replay and go with 2nd and 8 with 7:56. Ethan Muhlenweg, if you saw the Facebook post referring to the 20 championship or 21 championship?
22
state championship. And here is Heilman into the Bulldog secondary. Finally tackled at the 36-yard line.
About a 15-yard run. We're down to the 37-yard line, but going back to the Muhlenweg, it's actually Weg, W-E-G, but nicknamed Muhlenweg after the 22 state championship game that he kicked. How far was it? It was like 36-yard game-winning field goal over the Cushing Tigers to win the state championship. So Ethan, congratulations once again, even if we're almost 3 years past that, as you are now officially in Wagner Bulldog folklore. I actually tried to put Muhlenweg on my letterman, but they thought I spelled it wrong, so they fixed it for me.
2nd and 7 for the Tigers on their own 34-yard line. We are well over the 300 viewer mark as people continue to log in. And probably not what they were expecting to see at the 6.5-minute mark left in this game. Tigers up by 3 touchdowns. Here's that jet sweep.
There's a flag on the play.
Number 21, I believe that's Caden Holiday, able to make the tackle in the backfield for a loss, but there is a flag, as you said, and we'll see which way this goes. According to the PA announcer, there's 2 flags on the play.
Oh, yep, there's one across the field, there's one close to line of scrimmage.
I'm going to say it's going against Wagner and going against Coeta, since the head referee is over talking to Wagner and the side judge is talking to Coeta. I'm going to make a bet that it's going against Coeta. But we'll see. Illegal procedure and double motion and a holding. Holy cow, it looks like there's 3 penalties, all against Wagner. Probably going to take that holding penalty as it'll cost them the most. Penalty assessed back to the Bulldog 44.
It'll be 2nd and 17.
With 6:20 left in the game, Wagner 0, Coweta 21.
Bulldogs could really use a pick 6 right now, but Ellis has been in control
Very conservative with where he's putting the ball.
for sure. Ellis going to throw. It looked like he's setting up a screen. He misses man, Heilman. Heilman able to get some of that penalty yardage back. And looking at, is that number 5 on the tackle for the Bulldogs? Bobby Henderson. Heilman gets to the 38 of the Bulldogs. 3rd and 3rd, no, mark it at the 40 of the Bulldogs. It'll be 3rd and 13. Now at 5:28 left. Third and 13 from the Bulldog 40. Heilman gets to the outside, turns up the corner. Heilman still running hard, forced out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 30. Close to first down yardage. Looking for the official spot.
Looking at about a 4th and 2, it looks like.
Yeah, just outside the 29. They need to get right at the 27. And there's no surprise on 4th and short that the Tigers will go for it. Ellis keeps the ball.
Get it.
They will not, as Javon Smith and Carson Klinger tackle Ellis in the backfield for a loss. He needed 2, lost about 2, maybe 1. And so the Bulldogs defense, although precious time is ticked off, was able to hold on downs, hands the ball back to their offense, and the offense has really got to start thinking about some magic here with 4:47 and 3 scores down. First and 10 for the Bulldogs from their own 30. 5 wide receivers for Keyshawn Brown. As he stands in the shotgun, that's Stevie Brown in motion. Looks back the other way, finds Deshaun Jordan, breaks a tackle, and gets to midfield. Probably the second biggest play that we've had so far. First one being coming in the last drive of the Bulldogs with Keyshawn Brown with a 30-yard scramble, 30-so-yard scramble. Deshaun Jordan gets to the 50 after the wide receiver screen. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Clock running at 4:30. Here's Brown again, looking right. Now rolls left, throws left. Oh, got a man. I think that was Elijah Love. But as we've seen a couple of different times, yep. He was looking at making a move, but you gotta secure that ball first.
Can't start running before you have the ball.
Incomplete pass makes the stop clock at 4:20. 2nd and 10 from midfield. And hang on there, Bulldog fans, as the Bulldogs try to start to get something cooking here. 4:20 is a lot of time. And it looks like we got 2 timeouts left. 4 wide receivers. Brown looking left, finds Stevie Brown in the flat, but Stevie, much like Elijah in the previous play, looking upfield before hauling the ball in. Yeah, which is so easy to do because you think, hey, this is coming right into my chest, I can make a move, but you've got to secure that ball before making the move. 3rd and 10 for Wagner from the 50. Clock is stopped at 4:15, so plenty of time to get the play call in. Game clock is at 18 seconds. 4 wide receivers. Keyshawn Brown, quarterback draw. Coweta Tigers
knew it was coming, and they stuffed them at the line of scrimmage. Actually going to lose one, back into Bulldog territory to the 49.
We're looking at a 4th and 1.
4th and 11 now for the Bulldogs as the clock runs. I think you got to take a timeout here and go for it, get the right play call in. As of right now, the clock's still running. 3:46 and counting. They're going to go for it. I guess they're just trying to conserve that timeout. Make sure they got the play call right. Here's Keyshawn Brown looking left. Looking to run. Got some room. Makes a few moves. Makes the first down. And he is going to get to the 36-yard line. And I believe Keyshawn, maybe no one else knew, but I think Keyshawn knew I'm going to run this thing. He did drop back to pass and then tucked it in. Well, he didn't really tuck it in. We really need to work on that part of it. Nevertheless, he gets the first down. And here we go, 1st and 10. Keyshawn looking deep downfield, down the sidelines, a lot of pushing and shoving. And I believe that was number 8, the intended receiver, Mark Goins. But the ball falls incomplete. 3:08 clock stops with the incomplete pass. The ball is at the Tiger 37-yard line. And you got to believe that the Bulldogs are going to have to start taking some bigger chunks like that.
There's not enough time to just keep marching down the field.
Yep. Second and 10 from the 37. Keyshawn Brown. Little pass to the flat. Here's Stevie Brown. Stevie, get out of bounds. There he goes.
Holding call.
Oh boy. Stevie Brown catches it in the flat, down the sidelines. Fighting for those extra yardage. Finally gets out of bounds as the clock stops at 2:58. But I think you're right, Ethan. I think this may be coming back. It is holding the call against Wagner. Nullify that first down play that Steve Brown just had. Ball backed up to the 40. It's now going to be 2nd and 12 for the Bulldogs. Little pass out in the flat, complete to Elijah Love. Unfortunately, only for about
still running.
5 yards. Yep. 2:38. 3rd and 8 from the 35. And the Bulldogs are going to have to get those play calls in quicker as precious time ticks off. Brown shakes one tackler. He's still on his feet. Maybe we need to line him up at running back. As Keyshawn Brown able to slip several tacklers. And I think he was able to get out of bounds. Okay, he's out of bounds. 2:09 stops the clock. A lot of work for about a 1-yard gain, but he did get out of bounds. It'll be 4th and 7, and you got to believe with 2:09 left, this is the Bulldogs' last chance to get on the board. Keyshawn Brown looking left, finds a man, makes the catch. Elijah Love
Gets out of bounds, about 20-yard line, 2:02 left in the game.
secures the catch, turns upfield, gets out of bounds, stops the clock, and picks up the first down. The only thing he could have done better was run it in. But that would have been a long ways away. Clock stops at 2:02. The ball rests at the 20-yard line. Keyshawn Brown, Stevie Brown in the backfield. Keyshawn keeps it himself. Cuts back to the center. Going to pick up about 4 with that long frame of his. Keyshawn Brown listed, he's not listed, but he's
probably right at 6 foot as well. Not quite as thick as Elijah Love, but Keyshawn running hard nonetheless. Second, and we'll call it 5, 1:30 and counting. According to the scoreboard, the Bulldogs still with 2 timeouts. Here's Keyshawn Brown looking in the end zone. Oh, and throws it behind. Throws it behind his player. It's Elijah Love. And still on the ground as he took a pretty good shot to the back there. Ball thrown a little bit behind him. As a bit of a late hit to Love still on the ground. 1:20 left in the ball game as we hope Elijah Love is okay. He's up on his feet, looks like he's going to walk off by himself, but definitely took a pretty big shot in the lower back as he tried to reach back for that pass. Third, we're going to call it 3rd and 7 according to the scoreboard. Ball is at the 17-yard line of the Tigers. Ball just inside the 17, 3rd and 7 for the Bulldogs after that injury timeout to Elijah Love. Keyshawn Brown hands off to Stevie Brown. Stevie trying to weave his way in and out. And those defensive linemen and linebackers for the Tigers have been pretty strong all game long. Bulldogs will take a timeout on this 4th down play. 59 seconds left in this ball game, and we apologize for the technical difficulties, but we're working through those as the Wagner High School media class under the direction of Cameron Suarez is going to take over Friday Night Bulldogs and give them a new look and sound for this year. And I will be signing off for the last time. Of course, I've said that about 3 or 4 months ago as well, but for those of you who have been with us, you know what I'm talking about. But we always appreciate everyone that logged on. I'm not sure what the height of our viewership was, but I know we looked down at one time and it was 318. So we thank every one of you for logging on, wherever you may be. We apologize for not keeping up with the chat room as well, but a little cramped in here in the press box with the technical difficulties. Just had a lot going on tonight. Here's Keyshawn Brown on a 4th and 7. Rolling to his right. Now looking for some room to run. Switches the direction. He's going to get the first down. And then he slides down inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. The clock will stop with 48 seconds left as the chains move, but just a little too late as Bulldogs still facing a shutout unless they can punch one in here late. Clock starts with the chains reset, and here's Stevie Brown. Stevie Brown gets to about the 6-yard line. They're going to have to hurry to get on the board as the clock's still running at 25 seconds. Not sure if the scoreboard is correct on the timeout. It says we still have 1 left. Clock now at 15 seconds. Keyshawn Brown from the shotgun. Brown looking right, rolling right. Now looking in the end zone, he finds his man, touchdown Wagner. Number 4 for the Bulldogs is Jonas Smith.
1 second left in the game.
1 tick on the score clock. The Coweta faithful probably pretty mad that they weren't able to get the shutout. And the Bulldogs can at least look at a little bit of the bright side of that last drive.
Got rid of that goose egg.
We got rid of the goose egg, got on the board, and looks like Rhett Butler's going to get his one and only shot for an extra point. You're understudy, Ethan, so walk us through what's going to go through his head right now.
He's thinking about his fishing tournament tonight.
Yeah, somebody got a really early jump, or we got a really offsides for Coweta. So we may decline this penalty, I don't know. Sometimes the closer the field goal, the harder it is because you got to get it up quicker. So everybody always says you got to keep your head down. Is that true?
You either gotta not look or just ignore the people looking at you.
Okay. All right.
And you also gotta realize if they hit you, they get in trouble.
That's true. That's true. Kickers can probably hit whoever they want to, and nobody's gonna say a thing. That ball is up and good.
Usually because the other player won't notice.
Rhett Butler, true, tried and true for his opportunity to put it through the uprights. Coweta Tigers 21, the Wagner Bulldogs 7. 1 second left on this clock. And just a little bit of a side note here, but I'm talking about any game like this. I think you just let the clock run out and call it good. Not have this last kickoff, not risk any type of fluke injury. Just run the clock out and let's go home. But
Kickoff fluke injuries.
it looks like we're going to play this last second. And whether that's an official whatever that to make the call, or you just say, whoops, accidentally hit the button and the buzzer went off. And I think everybody would probably be okay with that. Maybe that's what they're talking about, because it's taking a long time to get lined up. No, here we go.
Wow. How things go wrong.
So Rhett Butler will tee it up at his 40-yard line. And I might actually be angry if they fair catch it, because no time will go off the clock, and then we'll have to run another play.
Hopefully he squibs it.
I'm about to say, squib kick that sucker.
Well, but if they fall on it, it's still no time off the clock. Here goes Rhett Butler, and he's going to crouch kick it about where he always does, and number 0, and he will field it and take the knee. That's Cooper McNabb, and that is the end of the ball game. The Coweta Tigers 21, Wagner Bulldogs 7. One might say that the score doesn't necessarily reflect as much that went on, because the Tigers really dominated the game. Outside of maybe that first drive where Wagner drove into Tiger territory, but outside of that, Coweta really flexed their muscles. So again, we appreciate every one of the Bulldog Nation all doing, and the Wagner High School media class with their teacher Cameron Suarez that helped produce the first game of the season, the opening of the 25 season of the Wagner Bulldogs. We won't keep you any longer. We appreciate again everyone that logged on and stayed with us. Ethan, any last word for your fans?
Thanks for having me. This will probably be my last time signing as well.
Ethan making his first and final debut, apparently, of F&B. So, everybody, we hope everyone has a great weekend, and we'll see you next Friday, I believe, against the Tahlequah Tigers this time. And that's going to do it for us. For Ethan Muleweg, I'm Jeremy Holmes saying good night, and God bless America.
What's your name?
Didn't long.
Long?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.